into the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
to yourself. It's extremely dangerous.
Hello everyone, welcome back to WICC 2026. I'm here with Paul. Very nice to meet you, Paul.
How you doing, Luke?
So, can you tell me a bit about yourself, who you are and what you do, please?
Yeah, my name's Paul Deegan. I'm one of the organisers here at the event, helping Mark, Liam and everyone out. My background is I work for a company called Liberty Mutual, an insurance company. I'm on their offensive security team. For the last 5 years. Before that I was actually defensive, worked in a SOC. So I've made the transition onto the other side.
All right.
But my involvement here today, I helped organise some of the logistics, the accommodation for the attendees. I helped design the logos for the t-shirt. Helped design a challenge coin for the event, and the website content as well, and a few other things behind the scenes.
So everything. So
Yeah.
Paul's managing most of the stuff here behind closed doors. So we'll start with the coin first. I'll just show it off on the stream here really quickly.
Yeah.
So this is the challenge coin for the WICC 2026. There's been similar coins to other CTFs here in Ireland before, like the Zero Days one a couple of years ago that wasn't made by yourself. But this has the overall WICC logo on the front, and it just has a map of Ireland on the back of it, and it has the year, and it's a collector's piece, so anybody who's here today will get one of these coins.
Yep.
In terms of the logos then, can you explain a bit more about the logos and exactly what they mean? Obviously there's a different Irish goddess, isn't it, or
Yeah.
mythical figure?
So we have a central logo for the event, and then we have logos for each team. So every single team has their own unique logo. We leaned into Irish mythology, obviously being the host country, Ireland, but also Ireland's mythology has a very strong presence of women goddesses and figures. The main logo that we've chosen is the Morrigan, who's the goddess of fate and battle. She was a shapeshifter.
Quite fitting.
Yeah, so a shape-shifting goddess, commonly seen either as a woman in robes or as a raven, or a black crow, circling the
So hence
battlefields.
the split face.
So yeah, the split face on the logo, and all of the other individual logos for the teams are based on similar goddesses.
I've
or
seen Bridget
icons.
and stuff was there as well
Yeah,
in the
so
logo.
there's Queen Maeve, the cattle raid of Cooley, powerful queen in Irish mythology. We have Boann, who is, if you've heard of the River Boyne, so Boann was the inspiration behind that name. It's like the
right.
anglicised name for that. The goddess of knowledge and the source of knowledge being the river. We have a bit of a background announcement there.
Yeah.
But we've plenty of other goddesses and figures that have featured in the logos across all of the teams.
Yeah.
Each a strong sort of mythical figure. So
Yeah. And what a better way to represent women in cyber than with these strong mythical women.
yeah.
In terms of the website and stuff, then obviously you said that you create most of the stuff for the website. Is that just in free time, passion, web dev?
Not at all. No.
Not at all?
No, but like my background is offensive security. That's what I work at. I've no background in web development. In fact, we did use a web developer to help us. I just simply provided them with the content.
The content, all right, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't do any of the web dev stuff. I just, wrote up the content, designed the logos.
It looks very well anyways.
Yeah,
all
no,
of
it turned out well. We're happy with it.
In terms of the CTFs, obviously we had a quick chat before the interview started here, and obviously you've had a heavily involvement in CTFs all over the country over the last couple of years, obviously as a participant and an organiser.
Yeah.
Which side of the fence would you rather be on?
I would say a participant.
Really?
It's better fun. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not stressful.
I've attended every 0 days since the very first one.
So, 11 years running.
Yeah, and I think the first one was in Generator in Dublin.
Yeah.
So I remember
Long time ago.
just recently at the last one, Mark actually had been looking through old photos.
Yeah, did he send you some?
He sent me one.
Likewise, he sent me
Yeah.
pictures of my very first 0 days from I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, and I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I had a little bit more hair back then.
Yeah, and I had a little bit more childish looks. I didn't look like an adult then when I was in my first or second year of university. The growth of 0 days and even CTFs in Ireland over the last couple of years has just tremendously grown. It's just kind of spiked, let's say. And then coming to stuff like this and having an all-women's CTF being hosted here in Ireland just shows that there is a kind of drive and a passion for cyber CTFs in the country. How important do you think that events like this are to showcase women in cyber?
I think it's very, very important. I'm a father of 3 daughters.
I'm getting that a lot. All the guys I've interviewed have been like, I have 2 or 3 daughters. Like,
it really does highlight the importance of events like this to me, because I have a vested interest in the future of women in cyber. I'd love to see some of my kids go down that route. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't.
You'll be kind of pushing them along. You'll be like, go on.
No, they'll make their own path. They'll find their way. But it's important to empower young women. I think even back at secondary school level, I think it's getting kids involved earlier.
Yeah, it's a common thing I've kind of chatted with people over the last few days about as well, is that with, say, for example, the likes of TU Dublin doing their summer camps or their school outreaches and stuff, getting kind of kids in that kind of 12 to 18 range is kind of crucial to say, like, here's a steer. Like, I know, for example, when I was going to university, like, none of my family members had any idea about computers at all. Like, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to just take a steer here myself, and I just went with it. No one in my school or anything knew about it. Like, it was still kind of a fresh enough subject when I kind of started in college 10, 12 years ago. Like, and it was just like, this is nuts. Like, so, like, even now, I go back to my secondary school and do talks for the students. Because some of the members here today for the Watchdogs, they were students in my old secondary school, and I was the reason that they got into CTFs.
Very good.
So like, I like to go back and give back to them. Like,
I think that events like this are the natural progression from Coder Dojo. If you have kids going to Coder Dojo, young girls especially, getting them involved, that's the right time to get them involved at secondary level. And I think then the natural progression from that then is starting to play CTFs.
100%.
I've played a few online ones with my kids, some of the simpler ones at home. They've loved it. It's been great fun.
Like, I think once you kind of, I think the thought of cybersecurity first kind of gets in your head. They're like, oh, it's hackers, it's hacking this, it's hacking that, and it kind of just overwhelms people. Like, I don't think I could do that. And then they come to the likes of, say, CTFs, 0 days, whatever it might be, and they're like, oh, I know how to do that challenge. It's a mind thing for some of them are. So I feel like if people were to say hone their focus on some certain areas and then come to an event like, say it's for example like crypto, let's say, they come and they're like, okay, crypto's my strong point, I'll find 4 other team members who are good at, say, web or forensics or something. They're like, there's our team, we're sorted, like, we'll be good at these events. But it definitely is a good place to start. I know people who are, say, in first year Blanche at the minute, like, and they're like, I'll try it and see how I get on, and they're loving it, so they're sticking with it. Like,
no, I'd encourage anyone to get involved in any of the CTFs. 0 Day being the 0 Days is the flagship one in Ireland. I think it's the largest now in Europe for an on-site one-day CTF. But
I think it could be global actually.
Probably.
I think it is.
But it's the participants here today are elite tier, next level.
They are next level.
I'm sort of mid-table finish.
Oh, I'm low table.
Like,
I'll happily say I'm low table. I've been chatting, obviously chatting with people over the last few days. I was like, now if I went into this, I'd be screwed. Like, I wouldn't have a clue what's going on anymore.
No, it's impressive to see what the sort of level of skill here today. Like, but getting involved in CTFs, I'd say you don't need to know how to do CTFs.
No, definitely not.
Like every challenge is a new challenge. It's about problem solving. You open the challenge and you see what's in it, and you kind of figure it out from there. Drilling skills in advance is definitely important, especially for elite level competition. But it's all about going, having fun.
That's all
and,
it is.
Continuous improvement. You go one year, get better the next.
Exactly. And for most challenges as well at CTFs, like, they're open all day. So if you go to it in the morning, you might not solve it. You can come back later on the day. It might be worth less points, but you still can go back and say, I've actually thought about it throughout the day now, and I've figured out how to do it. Like, whereas kind of in this one, they're at a kind of race against the clock for some of them. Like, the bonus challenges are only there for 15 minutes or 30 minutes at most, and they have a strict time limit to get in and out. Like,
absolutely.
How do you think you would feel in a platform like the one that they're dealing with today?
I had a look at, as an organizer, I've had an advanced copy of this. I've had a look at it, before the event started. It's definitely a novel approach to CTF, very exciting, almost inspiration from online gaming.
It is.
A little,
People are saying it looks like RuneScape. You ever see RuneScape?
I haven't, no.
It's like RuneScape's really, like, it's old. Like, it's from, like, I'd say 90s till now, like, and it's still going. Like, it's I think it's an MMORPG, like a multiplayer online role-playing game, like, like wizards and stuff like that. People are saying that the map looks like RuneScape because it is very similar. It's kind of click and go to location, click and go to the next. So people are kind of referencing that, and I do think as well that has had a massive impact on this platform being created. Like,
I think it's great to see, some sort of visualization aspect to it. What CTFs are leaning towards now is becoming more spectator friendly.
Yeah.
You know, almost an esports element
That's
to it.
exactly what Mark was saying too. Like, and I think that's the right way to go. Like, I'm coming as a gamer here. Like, this is why I'm doing the stream. I stream in my free time, play games. Like, I play for teams here in Dublin, and I'm like, all right, it needs a bit of a gamified aspect to that, where you can actually watch what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's why we're doing the kind of 1v1s that you've probably seen earlier on today. And it's better to see their POV than just like say like a scoreboard update. Say like, Team US is on top and they're 200 points ahead of UK team or Europe or whoever it might be. Like that approach of saying, oh, this is them. We can see how they're doing it. Like I've seen Cyberchef come up here about 5 times today of them trying to solve some type of challenge. So it's good to see what exactly they're doing. Like
what I found great yesterday was you can see some of the players when they know they're streaming their screen, they're actually echoing messages to the terminal. To let people know what their intent is,
it's good because obviously there's some people who aren't technically minded as well. So when they're watching, I'm like say like, oh, there's the printout. That's exactly what they're doing. Like, and it's good to have the likes to say like Dean, Killian, Samuel, all of the guys who create the challenges coming up here and actually explaining what they are and the solutions to the challenges. So I think that gives more a bit of an insider aspect to those challenges. Like, in terms of the event, then, would you mind giving me one word to describe the event?
I kind of struggled with this one because I knew you were going to ask me this because I've seen the live stream yesterday. I think empowering, kind of sums it up for me. You know, it's an opportunity to empower women, to showcase the elite level skill that these participants have at CTFs. You know, it's massively impressive. Yeah.
And then, say for example, in your organisational life, would you say that women in cyber are well represented in your companies that you've been in so far, or is it kind of on the lower scale to the male?
Unfortunately, it's on the lower scale. And I think that harps back to what I was saying earlier, that the solution to more representation in the workplace needs to start much earlier in the pipeline.
Definitely. Like,
we have on my team of 9 in my company, only one of them is a woman.
Same as me. Like we were a team of 4 and there's 1. That's that's good. Like
we try at every level to try and encourage more and more representation. We have a very good DEI program. Is tapped into our human resources. You know, we do a lot to try and encourage more representation. You know, at the application stage. But it's just not simply coming through. I
think a lot of people are struggling with that. Like, and I was chatting yesterday with someone, and I said to them that the likes of Dell, for example, Dell have a full diversity program where they have, say, women in positions of power. So, say, like women CISOs or women VPs of cyber and stuff like that, who are obviously encouraging more women within Dell to go out and say, like, we need to push this. Like, we need to get more women in the industry. Like, I think that's very good. Like, I know some people even at the college that they work in Dell, like, and they've said it, like, and they've posted about like the women's in STEM day and all that kind of stuff. Like, so I think that they need to do those kind of events for, say, all companies that really showcase that this is a possible career path for women. And then, would you mind giving some words of wisdom or words of encouragement to the competitors here today, just from obviously your own experience at CTFs over the last kind of decade?
Well, I wouldn't be at any level to be giving, advice to the.
They'd put me to shame. I'll say it straight. These will put me to shame.
You know, these women are at a different level than I'd be playing at. Have fun. I mean, it's an opportunity for a lot of international attendees. We have women here from all around the world. Have fun. You're in Ireland.
Enjoy the hot weather while it lasts.
It's only a few days. I know there's a lot of preparation has went into this, but this shouldn't take away from the fact that this is an opportunity to have fun, meet people, and learn.
Make friends here for life.
Yeah. So that'd be it.
Thank you very much, Paul. I really appreciate that, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Will do. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to another interview here at WICC 2026. I'm here with Superfashi.
Hi.
Can you tell us who you are and what you do, please?
Hi, yeah. Everyone calls me Superfashi. I'm from Tokyo, Japan. For my day job, I work as a security auditor and researcher, focusing on Web3 stuff. And people probably know me as a CTF player. I'm a reverse player.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're obviously part of the Overseas Collective who are here with us today and who are the main reason we're doing this.
I wouldn't say so. There's so many people also working on it.
There's so many people working on it, but in terms of the platform and stuff, it's mostly you guys.
Yes, I here stand for the entire Overseers.
So
yeah.
can you tell us a bit about the Overseers and how the Overseers was founded and what exactly all of you do?
Right. So it's not really an organization. I can at most call it a team.
Yeah.
So it all started by when we were looking at the current situations of AI in CTF events, and how there's also multiple paradigm shift on CTF regarding to big CTF events with like large amount of people, and there are other challenges with like say how do we visualize the CTF for more spectator.
You can keep talking about it, don't worry. Your name just wasn't looping.
Yeah, it's all good. So basically, we think there are a lot of challenges that the old CTF formats are facing, and
that's just due to AI, really, isn't it?
the AI was part of it, of course. Yeah. And therefore we decided, and at the same time, DEF CON, which is another cybersecurity event, DEF CON CTF was looking for new organizers. So essentially, I have this new idea to combine a gamified layer to the CTF events and combine all traditional formats to it.
And then in terms of the platform itself then, would you say that RuneScape was an inspiration for the map?
RuneScape, well, as you can see, I'm personally too young to have played RuneScape myself.
I don't play RuneScape, and I'm a little bit older than you, so
I'm not even sure what is RuneScape other than the name of it. So,
yeah, like people are saying.
I can tell you about where it comes from.
Yeah, please do, because people are like, some people have said it looks like RuneScape, just the way the map looks. So go ahead and explain where did the idea for this come from?
Right. The idea in general comes from like, well, I'm a gamer as well. I do a lot of like multi-person online games, especially with like, say, battle royale games like PUBG, or like MOBA games like League of Legends. They all have this map which players can decide where to go, and depending on where they go, they might have different encounters. They might have different objectives.
Yeah.
So the general idea comes from these kind of games that I played, and I want to basically make my own game with CTF elements in it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like, and am I right to say if people walk too far north in the map, they'll just respawn at the bottom in the south area?
Oh, that wrapping thing was through our internal iteration that we realized that if it doesn't wrap, at the very beginning of this idea was an entire circle.
Right. Okay.
Entire circle where all teams spawn from different locations, but we realized that might limit interactions in between teams. Until the very end, maybe.
So that's why it's this kind of pizza slice, as they're calling
it. Exactly. Well, pizza slice is one way to look at it. We personally imagine a few different ways to visualize it. We can, because it wraps around, we can actually just stretch it and connect it into a cone.
Right.
If you imagine it, like how you eat it when you eat a pizza, you roll it.
You roll it to make sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can do that. We can do that as well. I think there's multiple ways to represent this specific.
And then in terms of the platform, this is very early, is it? This is early stages of this platform.
Yeah, we actually have. We were selected for WICC around April, and we started developing at May. So we essentially have only 2 months to make this a reality. And
Well, for 2 months, this is great. Like,
I mean, again, it's all due to my reliable teammates,
Yeah.
and we're really glad that it became a reality.
and then in terms of say like, from this event, you're obviously going to be taking everything and making lessons learned and changes to the platform.
Yep.
What kind of future updates might we be looking forward to seeing in the future of this platform?
Right. So first of all, we're definitely going to have a refresh on the UI.
Okay.
The current UI, I believe, again, kudos to my teammates. They're doing a fantastic job already. But we've have complaints from teammates saying, players that they took up too much resources, or they still look a bit janky when you
Right.
do some detailed like controls. And obviously the wrapping around presentation that we just talked about, we can maybe have different
To be
ways.
honest, I think it looks good like this though. Anyways, I think the kind of 2D kind of bird's eye view of it is good looking. I feel like if you wrapped it around, it might confuse people a bit too much because they'd be
Maybe.
like, where are the players gone? They were at the top and now they're back at the bottom.
Yeah, we can see
I feel
pros
like
and cons.
the spectator mode though for this is very good, and obviously I'm an ex-CTF player myself, and I'm used to the kind of traditional Jeopardy or attack defense style CTFs. This is just a different ballpark. Like, so well done to you and the team, because this is nuts. Like,
Well, thank you. Yeah, we actually, everything you're familiar with your CTF, whether Jeopardy or attack and defense, is actually all part of this new platform. We're trying to incorporate everything we've seen, the good parts about it, and we're trying to get rid of the bad parts about it.
yeah.
And here's our solution. We're not saying it's perfect, but we're really glad that you liked it. Yeah.
In terms of say some other future updates, then I've had a chat with obviously people yesterday and today about the platform, and obviously coming from CTF players, like I said, like Killian and some other Team Ireland members that are here. Do you think that maybe in the future you do like a power up type situation where if you solve a challenge you might get like a freeze that randomizes against any of your opponents?
Yeah, that's that's actually a very good question, because during the development of this platform, we have to consistently balance between the actual CTF layer and the top game layer, the meta game layer as people would call it. If we do more power-ups, that would be drifting further away from the underlying CTF and more into the meta gaming, which some hardcore fans of traditional CTF formats might
Yeah.
disagree about, because it's drifting away from the core
What it actually
of
is meant
the-
to do. Like,
So we need to be really careful, but I really like the idea as a gamer myself. So
Maybe even if it was, for example, like not maybe the structured challenges, like the strict challenges. Maybe if a bonus challenge appeared, then you get it from that.
Yeah,
So it's not
yeah.
not constantly there, but there is an opportunity.
that is very interesting, I think.
And then in terms of the event, obviously I know we had a quick chat just before, obviously starting the interview here. This is not the first time you've been involved in a women's only event, correct?
I believe, this would not be my first time. Yeah.
And how important do you think that events are like this to showcase women in cyber then?
Oh, I think it's very, very important. I mean, if you look at the field right now, it's predominantly males,
Yeah.
right? And it's very, very important to have women represented in this particular field. I've seen a lot of females doing cybersecurity, is also supporting within this within the community themselves. And having this event, the Women's ICC, is and seeing all the like ladies coming in and do this is very, very good. I think it's a correct direction.
And then obviously being at such a high part of the organizational level of this as well, you're kind of seeing this being built from the ground up as well. So you're obviously seeing the platform, the challenges, the competitors. You're seeing all the back end stuff which we don't get to see. So how does like a traditional back end for this look then from your point of view? Can you see, what exactly can you see when the team are doing the challenges then? Just solves, or is it everything?
We obviously can see more than what you can see on this view. I don't know if the viewers can
They've
see
seen
them
it a
right
few
now.
times. We can switch
Okay.
over to the 1v1
All right.
screen here and have a quick look at it.
All right. Well, yeah. This is what not exactly what the teams would see, but this would be what we would want to show to all the spectators.
Yeah.
The teams will have a more detailed view, which includes like actual hacking things like patching, exploits, things like that,
Yeah.
and submitting flags, of course. And because we have the full access to backend, we can know exactly when teams actually started to exploit and defend it, and we can see what actually they did. And to us, we actually try to reflect that on this view as well in later iterations. Yeah.
In terms of, say, the King of the Hill challenges, then how do they actually work compared to the other challenges on the board here at the minute?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
So the King of the Hill challenges, how would they work in relation to the rest of the challenges? How do they differ from the rest?
You mean the format of the King of the
Yeah,
Hill
yeah,
challenges? Right. So the other challenges that you see are attack defense challenges. They are basically saying the teams all have the same services or programs, if you want to call it, and the programs themselves have built-in bugs or vulnerabilities. The teams can decide to either write exploits to attack other teams' vulnerability, or they could deploy a patch, which is like a fix to the bug, to the service.
Right, okay.
Right, that's your AD everyone knows. The King of the Hill works slightly differently by saying everyone, instead of attacking other challenges, everyone have the same goal, and it's a matter of who did that better.
Yeah.
Right? I'm actually not aware of what this King of the Hill specifically is asking about,
Okay.
but the overall,
It's who's top ranked champion.
it's who's top King of the Hill. Yes.
Yeah, it literally is King of the Hill as such. So then in terms of the King of the Hill, obviously that's a structured challenge. It can't be moved or it's not changed here today. Say, for example, could, say, Team UK attack this at, say, 9 a.m. and then the US come back and they attack it later. Do they, for example, get to see what the previous teams have done? Or is it just like they go in, they do their challenge, they leave, and then at the end of the day, it's whoever is king at the end, that's it?
Yeah, so for King of the Hill challenges, right now, we don't have the ability for teams to see what each other's solution is. I think if we bring that in, it will be a very interesting dynamics. But we have to be very careful because once we actually expose what other teams are doing, teams might just simply be copying work, right? And that would be...
You wouldn't want that.
We wouldn't want that.
Like,
so
realistically as well, is like there's not always going to be one solve. There's going to be multiple ways.
Exactly, right.
So people do see how other people are solving, they're like, I know how to do that.
But they can see the scores, they can see their raw performances, which are measured in game points. And they can know, oh, we're not performing better than this team, or we're performing better than the other teams, stuff like that.
And then, just before we kind of wrap it up in a minute, where do you see this platform going then in the future? Do you hope that more CTFs globally incorporate this type of approach to CTFs?
Oh, that's definitely what the team is aiming for. We're not saying this is going to be a solution to all the problems, but as maybe proven in this Women's ICC event, that this is a plausible future, and people like it, for better or for worse. So we're definitely interested to see not the exact format being, not the exact implementation, but the general idea of having a gaming layer on top of the CTF events being adapted.
Like, I think it would be good anyways. Like, coming from, like, obviously doing them in the past, like, this is a totally different ballpark than what I've ever seen, and I know that if I did this, I'd be like, such a new approach. I think that it would be better for that kind of gamified approach to everything rather than just seeing like a leaderboard being updated every 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, exactly, yes.
Just then at the end here, can you give me kind of words of wisdom you'd give to anybody taking part in this event and seeing this platform for the first time?
It's very funny. It's a good question, though. I think this platform itself, I'm not sure if it offers any insight to the players, but I wish that it brings more people, even outside of the cybersecurity field, to be interested in playing CTF events.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just switching back to that one because we're still on the platform screen.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Right.
So you hope it brings more people to see these CTFs. Do you feel like that this approach then would be more kind of common for, say, new players? Do you think new players would find this version a bit more easier than the typical attack defense or the Jeopardy style?
Well, that's actually it might be a little bit.
It's not biased. You can be honest.
I'll be honest, right? this format doesn't actually decrease the level of difficulty that CTF requires. It still needs expertise.
Yeah.
But it lures the hope is that it lures you in,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
It's the visualization part of it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It lures people that like hacking, right? Well, first of all, if you think about people hacks in television or movies,
Yeah. They're
they
always
see
in
the
a
cool
corner,
interfaces,
corner
right?
with a hoodie and their typo,
Yeah,
CLI,
yeah. And if you want to look cool or if you want to have fun, I think this platform lures you in. You still have to deal with all the shenanigans, technical things that the CTF challenges have, but the hope is that it lures you in. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for that, and best of luck with the rest of day 2.
Thank you.
I'm hoping to see where this goes in the future.
All right, thank you so much.
No worries, thank you.
The 1v1 streams is going to be one of the missed categories. It was called Banshee Scream. So they're starting it off here. The first part of it is you have a file coming into sound. You can hear it over there. You can. It's a lot of beeps and bops sounding very strange, but the idea of it is it's DTFM, or dual tone multi-frequency, where these different beeps are actually numbers that are used for mobile phones. So the old payphones, you hear that beeping noise is how they did it. So the challenge is based off of that fact, whereas you're trying to transcode that noise into actual numbers and bring it back to the actual challenge.
You sound like quite the expert. By any chance, did you create this challenge as well?
I did indeed, yeah.
Could not have guessed.
No, yeah. Oh, stream has ended there, and I think someone else poked through with the solve.
Yep,
Was it?
looks like they completed it. I do not know which team got it.
Right, look through.
But Canada looked pretty close.
Was it USA? Was the other one? I can hear the beep still going, so they're running through it.
Yes, I think it was Canada that got it.
All right.
USA is still chugging away, not realizing it's
Yeah,
been
we can see
solved.
it's
Very
looking at them
tragic.
going through it, yeah. But it was one of the interesting challenges you made where, again, it's just something strange and obscure, kind of what MISC is all about. And so this one, the big part of it was trying to have something strange where they may know part of it. They get that file, they can translate that noise into a bunch of numbers and numbers into letters and then letters into another part. So it's multiple stages, depths. So you can see here, that's one part they have it there. They did that DTFM encoding. That's the same tool they used to make them. It decodes into a load of numbers. They can translate the numbers then into text and go through and solve. So I'm guessing that's what Canada did there. Team US, I can still hear the audio playing in the background over the place. So they keep pushing through.
Very faint.
So that's one of the 1v1s are over. Is there any more being pulled up now lately? Or
Not yet.
No changes.
I'm keeping an eye.
Whoa. Okay, so a bit of an explosion there.
It hit my face.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all done here. Yeah, I can throw off some.
Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, how's it going? We're having nothing but technical difficulties right now on the stream. There's stuff falling, there's stuff breaking, there's cans of drink going everywhere. Go ahead, you can cross, go on. I'm live, but you can go. Yeah, we're having a couple of technical difficulties on the stream tonight. Every time the Samuel comes over to do one of the 1v1s, the stream just crashes. I don't know what it is. The PC just freezes and double black screens. I don't know what's going on. I'm down a monitor at the minute. It won't recognize the second screen, so I can't go back to showing you the map at the minute because I'm having that many technical issues. I'm going to try to get it sorted really quickly if I can to try to get that second screen back online, but it's been a no bueno for the last 10 minutes. I'll flick onto an intermission now on the other camera just to show you the competitor's view, and then when I'm back, we're going to do an interview with Alan Cahill from Aer Lingus, okay? Thanks for sticking around, and I'll be back once I try to get all this stuff sorted. I'm sorry the stream's kind of been choppy today. We're having a lot of issues. But thanks for being here, and I'll see you all in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. How's it going, everyone? So we're not back online on the stream, unfortunately. One of the monitors is down and it won't budge at all. So the 1v1s are going to be a little bit difficult to do after this, but we're going to have to work off one monitor. It is what it is. So you're going to probably see a bit of the OBS overlays, stuff like that. But I'm going to go get Alan now. We're going to come do the interview, and I'll be back in 2 minutes once I get him, and then we'll just knock through the rest of the interviews today, okay? Hope you're all enjoying it. When the next 1v1 happens, I'll keep my eye out for it, and I'll get the guys to do some commentary on it for you, okay? I'll catch up with you in a few minutes. Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to WICC 2026. I think we've resolved some of our technical issues, but for some reason, the streaming PC is it's given up. It's literally it's done for the day. It's clocking out. I'm here with Alan, anyways, and can you tell us who you are, please, and what you do?
Yeah, Alan Call, the CISO in Aer Lingus. So joined the organisation about 8 months ago, taking over the cybersecurity program. We're part of the IAG group. So it's a group of airlines under IAG parent company. So I'm one of the CISOs in that member group.
Okay. And in terms of this event, Aer Lingus are sponsoring this event today. Thank you very much. Can you tell us how important it is to sponsor events like this?
Yeah, very, very important for us. We're in particular trying to grow our own cybersecurity footprint in Ireland as an organisation and establish a much better internal presence for security expertise in the organisation. We're standing up our own security team independent to what was previously as part of the group. So exercises like this are a fantastic opportunity for us to meet kind of talent, global talent in this case, which is great because when we're looking at recruiting talent, in particular with diversity, what we're seeing is in areas of technical spaces, technical roles, we don't see as many women applying for those roles, especially in Ireland, which I find is interesting. So this is a fantastic opportunity. I love seeing these types of events promoting the social networking part, but also the interactions and the different mindsets that come to these events. Is fantastic.
And then in terms of say CTFs and stuff in the past, have you been to many of these?
Yeah, probably not for a few years actually. More when I was in more hands-on roles myself.
Okay.
I originally started as a software engineer before I came into security. So I would have attended kind of hackathons, CTFs, the B-sides in Dublin would have been a nice opportunity for again a bit of networking, a bit of fun and games. But it's nice to be back in here in different hat.
Yeah. And then in terms of the team that you have in Aer Lingus, how many of you is there in the team?
At the moment, there's about 22 altogether.
Okay, that's a lot.
So that's doubled in size in the last 8 months.
Oh, right.
So like I said, we as part of the current restructuring we've been doing, we hadn't started as a kind of GRC team because the parent organisation was looking after security for us.
I work in the public sector, so it's the exact same situation.
Exact same situation. So as part of getting a little more resilience, a little bit more independence, we've been layering on our own cyber engineers, our own cyber defence and offensive roles. So we went on a little bit of a hiring spree in the last 6 or 8 months to bring that expertise back in-house. And the offensive security side in particular has been a kind of a space for me that really needed to sharpen up on.
And then in terms of say stepping away from say the parent company, how was that? Was there any kind of red flags that was raised by them? Was there any kind of holdback from them, or were they happy for you to do it?
Yeah, this was very much a strategic direction at the group level.
Okay.
The group had been a centralised model for a number of years, but with the different members of the group obviously taking on their own directions, their own strategies at a technical level, it became more apparent that security needed to be closer to the organisation, not kind of seen as almost a wraparound managed service.
Yeah.
So it was just an organic and natural.
It was needed.
It was needed.
Yeah.
It was very much needed.
So
yes.
the company I work for, we're in a similar situation with the holding company, so they're a parent company, and everything is basically managed by them. So it's a very, very similar structure to what I'm used to on my day-to-day and my normal role. In terms of coming here today, then obviously. You're here for day 2 of the WICC, so you've missed out on all the fun of day 1, unfortunately. Have you had a look at the platform or anything yet? Have you got to see anything that we've been dealing with?
Not in detail yet.
Okay.
I was having a little bit of a poke around when I came in the door and kind of peeking over a few shoulders to see what some of the people were doing. So I have a few hours now that I can start exploring.
You can catch
myself.
up, yeah.
Exactly.
So the platform is a bit different than the usual style that we're used to dealing with, say the Jeopardy or the attack defense style CTFs. It's more of like a map, and basically there's different points of interest on the map that they go to, and each point of interest is a challenge.
Yeah.
So when they go across the challenge, they can solve it, or if they bump into another team along the way, they can 1v1 them. So
I'm eager to see one of the 1v1s.
Yeah. So the 1v1s happened on stream earlier on, but for some reason, as you've seen through my technical difficulties here, when the 1v1s keep happening and Samuel comes up, the stream just cuts off. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But we are liking to see the 1v1s because we're going to see their POV, see exactly what they are doing, and see exactly how they're solving it. Because most of the creators of the challenges are here. So they're coming up and saying, "Oh, they've solved my challenge," and they're like, "That's not how I wanted it done." They're kind of just shocked.
Found a new way, and I think that's the great thing about these things is there's no just one way to crack one of these things.
And there never is. It's always multiple different routes to get to the actual final answer. So that's great. And then in terms of this event and other events like this, how are you and say Aer Lingus or any organisation? How do you think that pushing careers for women in cyber are? Do you think what are the kind of pathways for women in cyber? How do they push out to the industry?
I think it's very much it's up to the organisations and the recruitment teams that we use to really make sure that the profiles we put out there and the messaging of how what we're recruiting for, and so it's not just about skill sets, but it's about the personality, the individual behind it, and what they can bring to the team. So I think it's very much on organizations to try and drive diversity as a whole in the team. And events like these are just a fantastic opportunity for, I think, organizations like yourselves to showcase the talent that's out there in a very diverse way. Like I was saying earlier on, I think in the technical roles in particular, that is typically where I've seen most cyber teams being very male orientated, and I'd love to see that kind of grow. I'd love, whether it's a confidence thing, whether it's like I say, the way we write our profiles, and it doesn't attract the right kind of individual to it. But I think it's very much on us to try and change that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, I know for myself, working in the industry for the last few years, that like most of the teams that I've been on are very male oriented. They're very male heavy. Like, I'd even, like, going back to my early role at Cyber, there was 11 men and 1 woman. Like, and then my last organisation, there was 50 people in our kind of SOC globally, and like 5 are women and 45 are male. So it was very, 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 very strongly male dominated. But I do think that events like this obviously are here to showcase the women in cyber and show that they can put a lot of us men to shame.
100%, I love it. Absolutely, the more the better.
Yeah. And then in terms of the event itself, then can you give me one word that you'd use to describe the event?
Wow, one word. Engaging.
Engaging.
Yeah, there isn't one person here that I'm seeing kind of looks bored.
Yeah.
Every person here is involved in something. Every person here is just, they're so engaged, they're so interested in what's going on.
They're all very locked in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, some of the things seem to be doing a lot stronger in some of the challenges they've done. We've seen a fair few of the 1v1s today, and they've been very, very, very good. So I'm hoping that you get to see some of those later on and seeing some of the teams whoop the other team's asses as such. Can you give any kind of last minute advice or kind of tips and tricks for people trying to get into the cyber industry?
Yeah, I think the big one for me, I was out here recently just speaking to some of the TU students who were doing the cyber courses, and again there was concerns about, hey look, with the proliferation of AI, does that negate especially junior people coming up through college or entry level roles? It was like, it doesn't. I think the critical part is embrace the technology. It's there to augment, support, scale what we're trying to do. I know in Aer Lingus we're specifically not trying to use it to replace the people we have. We're looking to use it to help take away some of that grunt work, some of that low level, low value effort, get people into the more exciting stuff. So saying to anyone is experiment with the technology. Don't pigeonhole yourself to any one particular role.
Exactly.
Because from when I started in cyber, it was you were a network security engineer or you were a device security engineer. That was it. Yeah. My last role, I worked as a deputy CISO in automotive industry. So we had security engineers across automotive, people who were securing cars, securing technology software in cars and stuff that was going into planes.
Yeah.
So again, in Aer Lingus, the diversity of the scale and the roles. Don't pigeonhole yourself. There's a fantastic breadth of career paths in cyber, no matter what industry to go to. So just open yourself to those opportunities.
That's been a common theme that I've seen across all the interviews I've done over yesterday and today, that people are saying that, like, when the thought of cybersecurity comes into someone's mind, they're like, oh, hackers this, hackers that. There's no other form of cybersecurity, but when they actually kind of learn about it more, it's like, oh, there's GRC, there's business continuity, disaster recovery, there's pen testing, there's everything across the board. So there's massive amount of windows that you could kind of jump into.
For everything that's happening in industry and technology, and everything new that's coming out of technology, in turn, it's spinning up a new type of career in cybersecurity.
Exactly.
That's the way it's evolving.
So, like, that's the way it's going to go as well. It's never going to stop. Cyber, the most ever-evolving industry on the planet.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, Alan. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me here.
No worries. And I hope you enjoy your second day here at WICC.
Absolutely. I'm off to have some fun.
Test, can you hear me? next stream, I'm bringing a bigger. We good? Cool. How's it going, Mark?
How are you, Luke?
Yeah, good, except for all the technical difficulties.
Yeah, well, it's par for the course in these type of events,
Yeah.
you know. So
No CTF without.
no,
No, not at all.
Just see it as a learning opportunity.
It is a learning opportunity. So next year at the next stream, I'm bringing a bigger PC with 20 different outputs. But how are you? How are you finding the event so far?
Yeah, good. Really, today just seems really calm.
Flawless
I'm
today,
waiting
like-
for something to explode or something, you know.
The
But
difficulties are with me today. It's not on that side. Thank
yeah,
God.
yeah. So on the CTF side, yeah, it's really smooth. But yesterday, I mean, there was some small network issues that caused a bit of slowdown, but in a way, it was a little bit of a silver lining because it was a good experience.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good experience. It was good experience for the team, you know, especially as we also prepare for the ICC next year. You know,
Yeah.
so that was good. But you're always going to have problems, and the team really stepped up and just took ownership of those problems and dealt with them. And you know, I was really proud of them. They did a great job. And you know, once that was fixed, it's just been really smooth. And today, there's literally been no issues.
Happy days.
Not that I know of, anyway. So.
And obviously, you were saying that the organisation behind this is a lot bigger than the generic Zero Days. There's a bigger team behind this
Yeah.
for such a smaller event. Like,
Yeah, so it's a smaller event, but you know it's a completely different kettle of fish to what we normally do. So like 0 Days is huge in terms of numbers. It's 600 people this year, 150 teams.
yeah,
It's a 1-day event, but it's much more of a fun event. I'm not saying this is not fun, but this is like a very serious competition. It's
Yeah.
2 days of competition. You've got teams traveling from
Every
everywhere
end of
around
the
whole
globe, like,
planet,
yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure on us to deliver, and the level of challenges, the level of setup is also big step up. So we don't normally have to worry. We just use wireless network for 0 Days, but we had to put in a full infrastructure network here. So we had Cisco guys in looking after that. So we have a whole team for network and infrastructure. We've teams for lots of different subdivisions for this, and there's actually more people being involved. I'm not saying there's more people here today running it, but in the whole build-up, in the challenge creation, the platform creation, the network and infrastructure, the multimedia
team
side,
behind
the
closed
logos.
doors.
Yeah, there's actually been more people involved in organising it than are actually participating in it. It's incredible.
And obviously, there's been a couple of issues today on my side, but the 1v1 aspect of it is new to this year. I'm enjoying it. People seem to be enjoying it. A lot of people who are watching the stream have been saying the 1v1 aspect is quite cool to see the POVs of the actual competitors here today.
Yeah.
And obviously, you've shared your thoughts on that too, and you're loving it so far. Like,
Yeah, so part of what we were trying to do with this, new platform that we've developed with the overseers, or I should say the overseers have developed, with some input from us. It's experimental. There's a lot of traditional elements of CTFs in it, but the actual game platform is experimental. So one of the things we really wanted to push was to make CTFs more of a visual sort of experience, more of an interactive experience that people can watch it, and actually if you're watching somebody doing a traditional Jeopardy challenge, there's nothing really to watch.
No, there's
Whereas
not.
the teams are actually
you see them
against each other.
See them moving around. See them.
Yeah, you
see
can
exactly
what's
what
on
they're
the
doing.
screen.
Yeah.
So it's just added this whole new dimension. So we were really excited to bring that in, and it was one of the things we really wanted to do with this experiment. And I think it has worked out like really, really well. And when you have experts like Killian and Dean and Sam giving a live commentary on what's going on, it really brings it to people and allows them to see what's going on. So it's opening it up to an audience there that mightn't have even seen a CTF before. If they have seen a CTF before, if they have technical knowledge of CTFs, the guys' insight will be really interesting to them. But if they haven't seen a CTF before, just to see what's going on is actually really exciting as well. So that's something we want to bring to CTFs, and I think it has been really successful. I'm really looking forward to seeing, watching the video back.
Well, what worked back. So I think for next year we obviously have a plan then of what we would like to do around the actual kind of stream side of the 1v1s if it happens again at say 0 Days or at something like this or the ICC or something.
Yeah.
I think I have a better approach for next year, so I know exactly how I'm going to change that. Obviously coming from a streaming side, a gamer side and a hosting side, so I know exactly how I'll do that, so hopefully we manage better. And then in terms of the rest of today, what are you looking forward to seeing? Are you hoping anybody wins?
end of
Yeah.
No, I mean, it has been, people arrive and they just see a CTF, but there has been, months of work going
Sleepless
on.
nights.
Sleepless nights and a huge amount of stress, a huge amount of pressure on us. We're really delivering a different caliber of event here, so a huge amount of pressure on our own team. And a lot of stress and a lot of work on it, and like I cannot thank the whole team enough for all the work that's going on. People have just given up their weekends, their evenings, their energy, their mental health, just to be involved in this and help out. And it really genuinely has been a massive community effort. It wouldn't happen without that. We had a very small budget. Nobody was getting paid for this event. Everybody, we had a couple of professional services that we had to pay for, but most of the costs are covered by people just giving up their time and effort and expertise and sharing that and happily sharing it and really wanting to be involved in it. They're also really seeing what we're doing. An event that's all about inclusivity, diversity. They really believe in that. And the same goes for our sponsors. They're the ones that are really backing this and putting their money. There's a lot of talk about inclusivity and diversity in tech industries, and a lot of companies, they just, they'll put up Pride flag for Pride Month, they change their logo, or they'll,
International Women's Day and stuff like that.
Stuff like that. And it's just pure tokenism. But the sponsors that are supporting us for this, they're really seeing the value. They're actually, some of them have approached us saying we want to be involved, and they're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're supporting. They really see the value in it, so that's amazing. So they're walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
And as I say, it takes a village, and you have a village here that are really supporting this in the back end. All these team members, say for example the likes of Dean, Killian, Samuel, yourself, the overseers, everybody has come together collectively to actually make this event work. So shout out to the whole team, they've smashed out of the park on this one. And then the sponsors as well, wouldn't be possible without them, as you were mentioning.
Yeah, absolutely. They've just been incredible. So, it's just been such a massive team effort. We have a steering committee, we have an organising committee, we have a tech committee, we have a jury. We have a jury, and so, even the likes of jury. And I don't really want to start naming people now because inevitably I'll forget somebody and they'll be highly insulted. So I'm trying not to name individuals. I will have a list later for the closing ceremony, so I hopefully won't forget anybody then. But just for the jury, for example, we've got Yannis Agrafiotis, who is the jury manager, jury organizer for the International Cybersecurity Challenge. So he's come over to help us run that. We have Yuri Bartuszek from the Czech Republic, and he's the watchdog manager at the last few ECSCs, and they've given up their time and energy to come over to be involved in this. And so they're also they're part of this amazing European network that we have, and this worldwide network that we have now, and they're really keen to be involved, and it really genuinely is a community, and they're also, the experience they have at it is amazing. If we had to create those positions locally, it would be a huge amount of work. So just being able to ask them, would you like to be involved? And they're jumping at it. They're just amazing, and they're just really great people as well.
Yeah, and then in terms of showcasing women in cyber, this is the place to do it.
This is, and some absolutely unbelievable talent on some of the teams. I'm not familiar with all of the teams, but I know the European team there, for example, there's at least two players there. Killian will tell you more, but there's at least two players there that are on the full ICC team as well. So
we'll see next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And a load of players that are in this room now will be taking part in the ICC next year as well. So the talent is incredible, and it's it's awe-inspiring. It really is. And
then I was talking to Christine and stuff yesterday, and Christine was saying that this year for TU Dublin, the summer camp actually had a kind of 50-50 ratio of women and men. She said that it was great. There was a perfect divide between.
That's brilliant. I actually didn't know that. I wasn't involved in the summer camp this year because we were organising this. But TU Dublin, I think, leads on the number of female students that we're getting into the cybersecurity course now. I think it's our numbers in cybersecurity coming into first year for the last 3 or 4 years. It's at the same time as we introduced the Cyber Schools CTF. that's definitely definitely playing into it. But the numbers that we're getting, number one, into cybersecurity are the highest they've ever been. We're overwhelmed by the numbers, and it's bucking the trend around the country. Numbers for computing courses are going down somewhat, but in TU Dublin, the cybersecurity numbers are going through the roof.
Which is great.
It's amazing. But the percentage of female students that are coming in is possibly the highest in the country, and I think it's at around 25%.
Well, that's good.
Which is still too low.
It's still too low.
Compared to other kind of STEM courses around the country, it's actually really high.
Compared to when I started in Blanche 10 years ago, I don't know who was chatting yesterday, I think it might have been Mick, and I was saying that out of the 200 people who started in the generic computing course back then, like 40 of them were women, let's say, and they all just dropped out.
I would say it wouldn't have been 40, it was usually around 10-15% at the most, and they just they dropped out, but that's not happening anymore now. And
I think it's the benefit of the cyber skills stuff, and as well as the summer camps.
All of these events that we're running, all of these programs that we're running, they really fit in. But I really think, and not just because we organise it, but the cyber schools, like, it has a huge effect on it. And the first year we ran that, which was 2022. So we've had 5 cyber schools.
Was that long ago?
Yeah, it's 4 years ago in the Gibson Hotel.
Yeah, wow.
And we had about 60 students at that, 15 teams.
Yeah.
And like this year, so in 4 years, we had nearly 300 students.
Yeah, but you had its own individual event as well this year, didn't you?
Yeah, so last year we split it off into its own individual event, and this year. Oh yeah, it was just growing and growing. We didn't have the room for it.
From like the likes of Cork and Mayo, they were coming from everywhere to take part in it. Like,
and we're planning a new series of CTFs. I don't know why we keep putting ourselves in this position, but we're becoming victims of our own success. And we're starting to draw the line though.
You've too much CTF success here. That's what it is.
But we're running a new series of CTFs now in the autumn. Cyber Challenge series. So we'll have in Northwest in Oma, and that will be open to the counties around the border, so both sides of the border. In the north of Ireland. So we'll have Oma and we'll have Newry. So that'll be open to counties, all the nearest counties. We're going to have a Southwest, and that's going to be based in MTU, so we're collaborating with MTU for that, and we're hoping to have one in the Southeast. I'm just waiting for confirmation from C2 and Carlo. So we'll see, and then we might also just do a separate Dublin region one because of the population base.
There's so many people in Dublin, obviously, and there's so many colleges and schools and everything else.
So this is just going to be schools. These are going to be schools events initially, anyway.
The other day, obviously, we were counting to see how many schools are in our local area. There's 15 primary schools in Lucan, which is insane, and then secondary schools there was like 11, and I was like, whoa, just seems to be schools popping up everywhere in Dublin these days. So obviously Dublin population-wise would be a very, very good place to get an event like this. Obviously.
So that's what we're looking at, having like kind of regional rounds, basically, I suppose, and then the idea will be that we might invite the top players from. It's not fully decided yet. We need to tease out some of the details, but we will invite the top players from each region to like an All-Ireland final. Maybe that will be part of 0 days, so that might be a fourth category.
Could be like a seeded type thing, would it then?
Yeah, so we might do it as a provincial thing, provincial teams against each other. So we'd say, but that's what we're looking at. So we're working with Tech First. They were previously Cyber First up the north. We ran a couple of events with them last year, and they've been great to work with. Eamon Brankin there. He's on the same page as us in what we're doing and the community outreach stuff. So it's really great working with them, and it's nice. We kind of looking at like a 5-year plan of building these things up. So starting with schools, and then hopefully we can year or two we add in like college categories to those as
even
well.
like maybe a good outcome of those would be maybe like to offer maybe a scholarship to some of the students, depending on where they go.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's we're kind of basing them around colleges as well. So it would be great to see those colleges and universities, seeing what we're doing and offering and trying to attract those.
I'm sure
top
TU Dublin would have no issues with that though, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
It's where the home of cybersecurity is here in Dublin. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But in terms of the rest of the event, then what are you looking forward to doing other than it wrapping up and you can go have your points and your after party and everything later? Do you have a personal favourite who you'd like to see?
What you mean?
Win.
No, I'm completely unbiased.
Unbiased.
I would like
no.
to see Team Africa win, but they're not here.
They're not here.
So no, I mean I really don't have any preference for the teams.
Some of them seem to be quite strong today. Like in those 1v1s, especially, we've seen some of them, and like it's just like one team's at the starting point and one team's already at the end, and we're not catching it. And we're like, oh no, we've just missed it. I think that maybe next time what we should probably do is have them both in the same call together, so they can't see each other's screens or something. Maybe it's just so I can have say like one side team 1, one side team 2, so we can actually just see them both in real time. But yeah, no, it's gone pretty well so far. Anything you want to say towards the sponsors or the participants here today, maybe that you haven't said already?
Put me on the spot there now. Like nothing really to add. Just massive thanks to the sponsors. They've been amazing. TU Dublin have been amazing. Like I don't know if you did any kind of walk around the venue. Or anything.
It's crazy compared to what we're used to in Croker. Like
it's an amazing venue. The first time I walked in here was probably like 5 years ago, and literally my first thought was, oh, this would be amazing for CTF, but it's way too small for our normal CTFs.
Yeah,
so
it's perfect for this size.
It's perfect for this. So when we decided we were going to run this, literally the first venue that I wanted to have it was here. So when we approached Suzanne Green, is the manager here, she was totally on board with it immediately, and I was expecting they would say, oh no, it wouldn't be suitable, but she was really supportive, so it was great. And then the IT team here have been amazing. But the department, so Department of our School of Informatics and Cybersecurity, have been great. We've got the venue, catering, some of the prizes. So Christina has been great support. Geraldine, as the head of school as well, have been great support. And that's just first one that comes to mind. But we've got great support from all of the sponsors. And we've pulled this off on a relatively small budget. It'll be a different kettle of fish for next year. Hopefully, the ICC will be in Dublin Castle, so we'll be looking we'll be looking for much higher levels of.
When is that next year?
So the plan is that it's going to be Halloween week next year, and we're going to have it as well. Halloween originated in Ireland. Yeah.
Whoa!
So
yes.
Samhain team. So Samhain is the the ancient Irish Halloween festival, and we thought let's make that the theme. So it's going to be kind of Celtic mysticism sort of buzz to it, but
that's pretty cool.
It's going to be the first CTF that's going to have jump scares incorporated into it.
All right.
So yeah,
it'd be cool if you did it on the map like this. If you hit a certain thing on the map and then it popped out at you.
And there's going to be physical jump scares.
Oh no! I expect you to be popping up with a scream mask.
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but I already, my evil mind, I'm already thinking of some really.
I think I have an idea of what you're going to do. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Like Dublin Castle as well would be some venue to have that in.
Yeah, it's not fully confirmed yet, but we have a provisional booking on it as well. So again, it'll depend on funding and sponsorship and that, but we're looking at a couple of funding streams. We hopefully have some big news on that soon. But we will of course be looking for like major sponsorship for that as well, and also major support from the community as well. That's going to be really exciting. And this experience of running this week, like this is an amazing event, and it's its own event, but it was also a really good experience for us, in preparation for next year. And I'm really confident about next year as well after this.
Well, fingers crossed. You can only hope.
Yeah.
But it's always upwards. Every CTF you've ever done, it's just kind of
it really has been. And it's incredible. Like we're 11 years running CTFs now, and our very first CTF was just about 400 meters from here down the generator.
There's only 10 teams back then, was there?
There was actually 22 teams. We had about 80 players the first time. So it was actually bigger than this. Yeah,
which is crazy to think about. Like, I know for the first one. Like,
but if you said to me 11 years ago that that little CTF that we ran would morph into managing the Irish team, being on the steering committee of the European Cybersecurity Challenge, being on the steering committee of the International Cybersecurity Challenge, and then hosting the International Cybersecurity Challenge and hosting the Women's International,
you could have never seen it happen that long ago.
They didn't even exist at that time. And then you look at how big the ECSE is, for example, this year. It's in Bochum in Germany. There could potentially be 42 or 43 teams at that, and it's incredible that, you know, how big the CTF, and it's amazing to be involved in that.
Yeah.
That it all came from just a little CTF down the road.
Just an idea.
Yeah.
Well, everything comes from an idea, and
Yeah.
you're living truth here. You can tell the tale now
Yeah,
over the last
yeah.
11 years. Like,
Yeah.
do you have any final remarks then?
No, just thank you, and thanks
You're very
Kira
welcome.
for all the hard work on the stream. It's been brilliant, and
Except for I'm sorry about the crashes.
look, these things happen. But I've been getting text messages in from a couple of the team who are working from home, and they said it's been brilliant. And I just haven't, you know, stood here and watched the 1v1 commentary and that. It's been great, you know. So your coverage, like, you're getting a lot of compliments. But I think Killian, Dean, and Sam, who were doing the commentary, were also like
And
really good.
that's the way I'll go around for next year. I think with the 1v1s especially, I'll be doing some of the stuff, the interviews and all that, because that's my forte. But the technical side, the lads can handle. So as soon as them 1v1s come up, I'll have the other screen with them, and they can do whatever they want. But you know, thank you very much, Mark, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here, and you know, a nice relaxing evening, a few cold ones later on.
I'm way more relaxed now than I was yesterday or the day before. So it's all running.
At least you can take a few weeks off now.
Oh my God, I am absolutely taking from 8 o'clock tonight. I am off.
You're off
because this is the third week of my holidays, and that sounds like
holidays.
Oh, poor me. He's in the third week of his
his summer break.
I'm not even going to say my 10 weeks off for the summer, but you know, but that's 30% of my holidays, you know, dedicated to this.
You need some time to go away and relax.
I need to not think about CTFs for at least 4 weeks. But then we've Irish team training next Saturday, but I won't be around for that. So, and then I'm switching my phone off.
A
well-needed
break
after that. Yeah.
Well, thanks very much.
Thanks a million.
No worries at all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that's it.
Great.
Yeah. Hello. What's going on, everyone? We're back up and running with the stream. We finally got to the root cause of what happened with the PC. All of the graphics drivers crashed on the PC while I was live. I don't know how it happened, I don't know why it happened. It happened. We'll move on from it. The interview that you just seen there was with Mark Lane, obviously. That was pre-recorded about an hour ago, and we were troubleshooting in the background while we recorded that stream, or that part of the stream, because we wanted for everyone to still see the interviews during the day. We're having a quick look at the leaderboard now, though, obviously, because it's been a while since we've done a check-in, and I'll probably get the likes of maybe Killian or Dean or someone to come over to do a final check with me before I stop streaming, because I will probably be ending the stream within the next 15 minutes anyways for the day. So I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. I'm very sorry for the technical difficulties that we did have. We've got one more interview coming up for you now in a second with Dara McSweeney from the NCSC. Then after that is done, we'll do one kind of final check-in with the leaderboard to see where everyone's at, and we'll go from there. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the stream so far. Very sorry once again about technical issues, and I hope to catch you all in the next stream here live on the Zero Days CTF channel at 0 days next year. Maybe the ICC, maybe something else like the ECSC. God knows. We'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, enjoy the next interview, and I'll see you all in a few minutes. Both of these are on. I don't know if the mics are synced up or not. I think. Darren. How's it going? Nice to meet you. Can you tell us who you are and what you do, please?
So my name's Darren McSweeney.
I don't know if the mics are synced up or not. I think they will be though. Just make sure. I think we're fine.
Holding at that distance is fine, or do I have to be right up?
No, I think you're okay to do it anyway. Like, especially because now this is being recorded. There's no issues with it. But hi Darren. How's it going? Nice to meet you. Can you tell us who you are and what you do, please?
So my name's Darren McSweeney, and I work for the National Cybersecurity Centre of Ireland.
Okay. And what exactly do the NCSC do, please?
So the NCSC is Ireland's government arm of security. So we are cybersecurity. So we protect the country against threats coming in, but then we also focus mainly on critical national infrastructure, so the likes of transport, health, stuff like that.
I work in transport, so I see a lot of stuff coming from the NCSC out with us.
So like we got a huge influx of new staff and new funding after the whole HSE attack.
Of course.
Everyone will know about that.
As everyone has.
And now we're in a much better position, especially since we now have the presidency, so all eyes are on us.
Oh, of course. And then obviously your involvement here with the WICC in 2026.
Yeah.
The NCSC are part of this, right?
Yes, so we've been working with 0 days for the last number of years. So as well as just protecting all of the infrastructure, we realise that a huge role in what we have to do is try and gear up the next set of cybersecurity professionals, get them trained to the best of our abilities, get them then into the workforce, and then protecting Ireland, or Ireland Inc. as it were, overall.
Yeah.
So we saw what Mark and the guys in 0 days were doing. We saw it as a great program, and then we've been involved with it, like I said, then for the last number of years, just trying our best to assist them in any way we can.
Happy days. And then this is your first time at a CTF?
No, so I help out with the selection of Team Ireland.
Okay.
So that's training events all year round to select the top 10 players to go across to the European Championships. So I was with them last year over in Poland, and I got to see the whole competition while I was over there. And it was, Mark kept warning me, it's like, you're just going to be watching a bunch of lads like on their laptops, like it's not going to be that entertaining. But I found it genuinely like good to be there, and like just to see the level of talent that we had. So we actually placed 10th last year, which is our highest we've ever done to date, so it's very impressive.
Very good. But in terms of this year, obviously, have you seen much of the stream yourself at any stages over the last
Yeah, I've been popping in and out. Obviously, I still have the day job, so I have to actually do other work, but as much as I can, I've been trying to see what's going on.
Yeah,
but it's very impressive.
If the stream had been actually working now, we could have seen the proper 1v1s and stuff, so we're getting their POVs, so we're seeing exactly what they're doing. Instead of, as you said, just walking, there's a bunch of guys in here on a laptop, like, we're seeing the actual competitors here today, all the ladies, just flat out, straight in, their POVs of exactly what challenges they're doing. A lot of them have been 1v1s, so for example, Canada and the UK had a 1v1 earlier, we watched them solve an entire challenge, like, so it's pretty cool seeing that side house, and I think that's how we're going to go forward with these challenges, is actually show their POV so everyone can see what they're doing at home.
So from a personal perspective, how well is Team Europe doing at the moment?
The last time I checked, I think they were 4th.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think they finished,
I'll give them a pep talk.
I think they finished 4th yesterday as well, if I'm correct. So Europe, it's kind of been a bit of a mix. The top 4 in rotation have been the US, Canada, UK, and Europe.
Yeah,
they're kind of all just.
There's a lot of talents worldwide, so it's a fierce competition, I'd say.
It definitely is. Like, and then in terms of events, have you ever been at an all-women's cyber event before?
No, not all women's. We work again with Mark of trying to get as much diversity inclusion as we can. So we help them with trying to run like all female boot camps and training camps, but not a proper CTF like this, and not anything at this scale.
No, because
it's very impressive to see everything that's going on.
They'd all wipe the floor with us. Yeah. I'll say.
Like I tried to get back into myself as soon as I got involved with the lads, and it's like, oh, I used to do stuff like this when I was in college. Like I'll just dabble a bit, and it's like way beyond me now.
Yeah, I'm the exact same. Like I was saying to a few people I've interviewed the last day or two that like my first time in a CTF was a long time ago now, and looking at the current state of CTFs and the competitiveness of the people here, I'm like, I'd be gone. I'd be knocked out straight away. Like I'd be terrible at doing it now.
So we run our own one called Lock Shields. I've
actually heard of that before.
International challenge. So it's governments going against governments kind of thing. So we do it in conjunction with the Defence Forces, the Guards.
Yeah, one of my colleagues is ex-IDF, so he'd done it before, like in the past. Like he told me stories about it.
But yeah, last year first, we actually got Killian, who was involved with 0 days. He was the Team Ireland captain. So he came on for our Lock Shields. So it's a huge success story to see the talent that's out there getting involved at that level, like kind of thing.
Yeah. And then just maybe to wrap it up, would you be able to give me one word you'd use to describe this event?
just how impressed I am, just like the level of like ability and just overall like professionalism of like the lads setting up everything going on. It's just I'm impressed.
Well, thank you very much, Darren. I hope
Yep.
you enjoy the rest of
I
your
do.
time here.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Both of these are Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm just going to catch up on chat here for a second before I invite Killian over to do a full wrap up for today's stream, okay? I'm going to answer some of the questions there. I see some messages in the live chat here. Can we see a breakdown of the points so far, like we team got points? Yes, we can. We'll do that in a minute with Killian when we come down to do the full wrap up. I agree with Mark. Dean, Killian and Samuel have been great with commentary and 1v1, super interesting in miscellaneous challenges. Yes, they were. So next year it's going to be a similar situation. Like, so when you would watch that interview with me and Mark back, and it was obviously pre-recorded, that was then put up live, we will be doing a different side to the 1v1 next year where the guys will have kind of a better view of the 1v1 screen, because at the minute it's kind of hard. The venue, obviously, where we are at the minute, it's quite difficult to where the stream setup is. I would love to show you what it looks like, but I don't want to move anything because we're only back online. But we'll have a better setup for the 1v1s next year, and we'll know exactly how things are being ran. So when the 1v1s happen next year, the guys will just come straight up to me. We'll have a dedicated screen for it, and we'll say, here's the 1v1s, just go from there. Like, do you have rough timestamps of the 1v1s? Are there? Not offhand, I don't, but if you scrub back through this, you'll find it. It's basically any of the screens that don't include me in it, to make it simple for you. It will have the likes of Dean, Killian and Sam just going through them all, okay? So if you just want to go back and find them, the 1v1s are quite short. They're maybe 15 minutes max, I'd say. However, let me know if day 2. Can't see the link sent one. Okay, grand. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go get Killian and we'll do a kind of final wrap up here for the stream, just because I know that I have to run in a second. But I was happy to be your host here at the WICC 2026, as well as being obviously your Zero Days host every year. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have enjoyed the stream and you aren't subscribed to the Zero Days channel yet, don't forget to click subscribe. I'm going to run down and get Killian, okay, and we're going to do a final breakdown of the overall board, and I'll be back in 2 minutes.
we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club. I remember the ocean, memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We sat down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club. I'm in a tropic club.
Right, Killian.
Hello, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. It's the end of day 2 for me. There's 2 hours, 15 minutes left in the competition, so still anybody's game. There's a 1v1 going on at the minute, but it looks from
Europe and
Ukraine. Yeah, I wonder what they're doing. Does it say what category? They're just picking our category.
They're picking categories, yeah.
So if we're looking at the current state of things, the map is also looking bit.
Getting very small now. Yeah.
It's getting very small. There's only 3 actual challenges that are solid. Or no, there's only 2. There's King of the Hill and then 1 challenge solid on the board, right?
And there's a
one
bonus
bonus.
as well
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Wonder how many people have done that bonus. We'll hop over to the map view there and we'll have a look, anyways. See what the story is there with that. Okay, so yeah, the current map view at the minute. We've got Asia on the King of the Hill. We've got the women's cyber team up top there, the Vault Mesh, and then we've got the other 5-6 teams on the bonus challenge. Would you mind just clicking the kind of the expansion there, just so we can have a look? So someone in the YouTube stream there was looking for a breakdown of the scoreboard. So would you be okay to give a breakdown there, Killian, of exactly what's going on?
So at the moment, Team Europe and US are in the lead on about a little over 6,000 points each. We have Canada trailing behind on 4,654. Pretty similar, the rest of them, Asia, Oceania on about the same, and UK. So yeah, what we're looking at here is for the AD, you'll see that Team Europe has a huge amount of points from tourists and
they've been going back into the
holy
bonuses.
mackerel
Europe has,
services.
same as yesterday.
Yeah, so the bonuses haven't been very well solved today.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, Europe, US, and Canada have 1 each, and there is currently one that most of the teams are looking at, which is a hard web challenge. But yeah, we can see that Canada's won the most number of 1v1s. They have 420 points.
Yeah, Canada were probably the strong point of the 1v1s today, even from what we've seen in the
they've also been actively, I think, playing them the most, whereas Europe and US have kind of declined more 1v1s than Canada have. So yeah, we can see that mostly today's being decided by AD, which is different from yesterday. Yesterday, I think the attack defense, like there was only maybe 1 or 2 services that were exploited. Today we have multiple services being exploited. So I think it's more a case that teams are more used to, or had the practice session yesterday.
Yeah.
And so they're
probably the
better
mentoring
prepared
session
today.
from their coaches too at the end of the day yesterday.
Yeah.
I'd say,
Yeah.
We can also see some improvements then from the scores as well. We can see that Ukraine has obviously jumped up a bit compared to their score at the end of the day yesterday. The same with Oceania as well.
Yeah, I think we compare the scores with yesterday. I think all the top 6 are on more points than first place was yesterday, and it's not over yet. So
it's still very close. So like obviously we're saying that the US and Europe are quite close at the minute, but if we're correct in saying UK were top finishing yesterday, right?
Well, we don't know yet. It has not been
hasn't
been released, and of course you have to take into account there's hardware challenges that were not added either. So we had some jury decisions as well that adjusted points yesterday. I think it was too close to call anyways at the end of yesterday. So
the end of yesterday was like 500 points between the top 6 or something like.
It was very close.
Yeah, 300
very
maybe. Like so. It is still anyone's game. I feel like the top 3 at the minute though are probably the strong runners here. Like, or is that 6, 6, and 4? Is it? Is that the drop off between the top 3?
There's about 2,000 points between second and third. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was a little bit closer than that.
Yeah.
But there's still an hour and what?
Yeah, so like nobody's exploiting the last attack defense service yet. So if somebody can exploit that, they'll be getting a huge amount of points in the next 2 hours.
And then King of the Hill at the minute, do you have any stats on that, or is it just I can see obviously there from it that is it US?
So US are currently in the lead on it. I will say from looking at US and Asia, I think had the 2 best solutions. But it's still there's still a lot of improvement that is possible on their solutions. So I think
it's still over 2 hours left. So
so if teams have time and they're looking at it, we could see somebody else.
Like I think if we can just pull the scoreboard down there for a second, I think that Asia are currently on it, are they? Yeah, Asia are currently on it.
So they might be trying to improve their current solution.
Yeah, and overtake the US team and get more points from it. Like, at this point in the day, can you give a speculation, or are you going to say unbiased about it?
I don't know. I think Europe and US are looking like
strong competitors.
Yeah, I think today is going to be what decides it ultimately.
Yeah, definitely.
But between Europe and US is too small. I think whoever did better yesterday will probably take the win.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly have a look at the live chat here, Killian, because we had a couple of people asking questions in here, and I want to see if anyone has asked anything. Victory said we snatched have been a roller coaster with top 4 spots. Yeah, insane comeback from them, to be honest, from Europe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely massive comeback from Europe. Same with the UK yesterday. Like there was a good mixture yesterday between all the teams. I think the top 4 consistently was the UK, US, Canada, and Europe in rotation with one another. Obviously, we've seen some major improvements from some of the other teams here today, but it is going to be down to the wire here to decide exactly who ends up on top.
Yeah.
It is going to be a king of the hill for the day, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't be putting my money on either one of them at the moment.
Yeah, no, it is anyone's game. Like the stuff could just change up here. Like, Then in terms of just your own opinion on the event so far, how do you think it's gone?
I think it's one of the most interesting events I've ever spectated. Usually watching CTF is pretty boring. You don't get to.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
You don't get to like see much. There's just a scoreboard and points moving. Getting to see teams like actively moving around the map and like deciding to change the course of their movements, kind of give you insights into, okay, maybe they're starting to exploit this, maybe they're making progress in this challenge, and I think that insight is something that's usually missing from CTF. So it's been unique, but honestly, coming into this, I couldn't really have expected much more than what we have. I think it's been pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, and like fair play to like specifically you and Mark and the rest of the team for this like massive compliments to you guys, because
I think the compliments for the platform should go to the overseers.
Yeah,
they put in a
100%.
crazy amount of work, and yeah, it's I think a lot of sleepless nights for themselves. So
I had a chat with Superfash earlier on. He had done an interview with me, so I got to see his kind of POV on it, so that was great. Like, but no, you guys especially, like, you're holding it down here for the Irish side. Like, he's done most of the work in the back end here, so fair play to you and Mark and all the rest of the team, Dean, Samuel, Daniel, everyone else, because this has been a major accomplishment, and especially the challenges themselves. Like, I know that a few minds have been boggled here, and especially I'd say the likes of maybe yourself and Daniel especially, and Dean, seeing your challenges not getting solved must be a good feeling for yourself, seeing that people are struggling.
No. I always want to see people
How
solve
they
my
do,
challenges, but yeah, especially like making good progress and to have that conversation afterwards is like the most rewarding part of writing a challenge. But honestly, I think most teams have made very good progress today. So yeah, I think it's always fun authoring for events like this, because the people
100%.
here they come up with the most like unexpected ways of solving challenges.
and I know that from watching Dean and yourself in the commentary earlier on the 1v1 saying like, oh, they got it. That's not how I expected them to get it. Like, just such a different way, totally. Like, no, I'd say in the future though, for the 1v1s, we'll have a different approach. Obviously, this whole event here is kind of a learning curve for all of us, because it's not the traditional CTF style we've all seen in the past. Like, so I feel like if we come back next year, or even to say other events like the ICC next year or 0 days, and there is a 1v1 type situation like this, it'll be better proposed from my side, where you guys will have a better view of it, so it's not us kind of looking off into the distance as we are now, and you'll have a better, closer view of it, where you can say, oh, we can actually clearly see that like the US are going against Canada and they're doing this. What I'll probably say for next year is that instead of having them in each individual different channels, have them in the same channel together at the same time. Just so, for example, on like one side of the screen is like US, the other side is like Canada, and we can click in and out instead of having to go in and out of the channels every time. It's just a little bit easier. But yeah, is there anything then you're expecting to come out of the woodwork then in the next 2 hours, or are you just going to wait and see?
Yeah, I think wait and see. There's going to be a few more bonus challenges.
How many more do you think? Probably 4?
So there's one at every hour. So yeah.
Okay. Right, well, happy days. If anyone's watching at home and you have any more questions there, throw them into the chat really quickly, and we can answer your questions here really quick. So proud of Team UK. They've done incredible work, not going to lie. Yeah, that's very true. The UK yesterday did very, very well. Like, they
were coming first for most.
Yeah,
for quite a long time. Yeah.
I'd say like at least 3/4 of the day they were probably first. So yeah, fair play to the UK team, but it is still anyone's game, as we were saying. Like, I wouldn't be surprised those points just jump, especially if, say, for example, the UK get into that King of the Hill and get.
Yeah, like if you exploit the King of the Hill and the attack defense and solve some bonuses, then there's at least another couple thousand points there.
Yeah, you could severely jump, like.
And the hardware is going to be, I think 15% of the average
overall
bonus today.
Yeah.
So yeah,
are all the hardwares done at this stage as well? Have they all completed?
I think they have about they have until 5 o'clock to submit, so another hour or so. Yeah.
Oh, so they haven't even submitted at all. They have to actually wait. Like, this is stuff coming from TOG, right? TOG did this one.
So they created these hardware devices. I think there's 13 flags. So
right.
As far as I know, no team has full cleared it yet. So we'll see.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Well, thanks very much, Glenn. I hope we get to do this again, because the co-host in here is great. But I'll see you at the next event.
All right.
Thanks very much. Yeah, likewise. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it, everyone. So thank you very much for watching the WICC 2036 stream here on the 0 Day CTF channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. There'll be events like this, hopefully more of them throughout the future. Obviously, 0 Days happens every single year on the channel. You get to see me interviewing the sponsors, candidates, teams, organisers, and everyone else in the back end who's helped with these events. So subscribe. And if you haven't already, I'm Luke. I've been your host for the WICC stream for 2036. I've had a blast in it. Thanks to everyone I've interviewed over the last few days. Thanks especially to the order team, Mark, Killian, Dean, Sam, Daniel, everyone else. There's loads more names back in there. Shout out to Mark as well for the videography, and thank you very much to my girlfriend Kira for helping me out with the stream as always. I will catch you all on my next stream here on the Zero Days channel, which will probably be sometime next year. And hopefully you enjoy the hot weather here in Ireland, anyone who's in the event still. And I'll see you all soon.